Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Very pleased to welcome you here. My name is Stewart Dresner. I'm Chief Executive of Privacy Laws and Business. And welcome to our 25th anniversary conference, Overcoming Privacy Hurdles. Can I have my slides, please? And then we can get going. So this is the first time here at Fitzwilliam College, but our 22nd time in Cambridge. And here we continue the traditions of the conference with our excellent content, our forward-looking subjects. We're very international in character. As you know, we've got speakers from 14 different countries, and wide in scope but intimate in style. And it's easy here to meet the people you want. We have good meals, great social events, and we always have a bit of fun as well. So that's later. So what we're going to do, I'm going to be introducing the team in a moment. The Privacy Laws and Business team. I'm going to tell you a bit about what we do at Privacy Laws and Business for those who it's the first time here. Talk a bit about, we've got a surprise guest, you'll see in a few minutes, and then we can talk a bit about overcoming privacy hurdles, and then introduce some of the privacy regulators who you can meet today. But to make sure I don't take too long with talking about 25 years of Privacy Laws and Business, we prepared a 2-minute animation, which we hope you will enjoy. And gave you a little flavour of what we've been up to over the last 25 years. So these are people who make things happen. I've got a sort of very talented team. Glenn Dave Burns, you've probably met outside. Laura Linkomis, are you here? I think I saw you somewhere. There, this is Laura Linkomis, who's our editor of our both UK and international reports. And she's in fact set the record for having worked with Privacy Laws and Business longer than anyone else now, past all previous records. Laura is very reliable. Thank you very much, Laura. Very important contribution. And we've got Valerie Taylor here, yes, with Stewart Lynch, both consultants. Is Stewart here? Wave an arm? No? Okay, well, Valerie, you'll see him later. They do a lot of consultancy work, advice, audits, and so on. Adele Kendall is my colleague. Is Adele here? She does a lot of work on our international events, and you'll meet her in due course. And we've got some correspondents here as well. So all putting together to deliver the service which we provide. Now, just to give you a little bit of more information about what we do, this is the original, what we used to call newsletter, now published 6 times a year, both paper and electronic formats. There's a sample outside, do pick it up. We now cover more than 80 countries where there's privacy things happening, laws, bills, codes of practice, court decisions, and so you can pick that up. And this was something we published in February this year to actually mark the 25th anniversary, the month of the year, February. This is a unique survey. Our Asia Pacific editor, Professor Graham Greenleaf, did a lot of the work, research behind this, and we believe we found more privacy laws than anyone else ever. There's a survey and then tables of laws and bills. But actually, he apologises, we forgot one country, and that was Greenland. So next edition, we'll put that right. We should have remembered Greenland because they've got adequacy status, the EU. So sorry to Greenland and Denmark, who still keeps a watch over Greenland, I think. We've got a lawyer from Denmark who'll tell us more if that's wrong. But so that's still available in PDF and paper formats. So that's our UK edition, also over 6 times a year in paper and electronic formats. And this explains what these are all about. As a service, we have a helpline as well, and e-news updates. This is a new service we're launching hopefully by the end of the month, and this is all about being able to access not only the current issues but back issues online, and also with a 10% discount to our other services. So UK left £400, international 500, and then altogether 800. So that's a sort of new thing we're doing, and that will be available via our website. So these are some of the meetings we've held, roundtables in different countries around the world. You can see them all quite clearly there. And the next ones we have coming up in Spain in November, and next spring we plan to be in Rome. And I was speaking to Daniel Vecchi here, lawyer from Italy, who told us that a new garante has just been appointed, new commissioner has just been appointed in the top team to be the new garante, and we've obviously got to arrange that with the new garante. And so that's what's happening. These are some other events we've organised over the years, and these are some of the companies who have attended these kind of things, really much like the companies who come here. And these are some of the organisations which provide hosting for our roundtables in different countries. We have hosts, so that is very helpful. We thank you, all those companies who have been hosting. Several of those companies are represented here, such as Hewlett-Packard, HP, Covington & Burling, Bird & Bird, Ernst & Young, Linklaters, Total, and Deloitte are ones who both hosted and are here at this conference. So these are some of the other things we do. And with one in blue, one-day advisory health check. This is something which is now offered by the Information Commissioner in the UK. We can do a health check before you have a visit from the Information Commissioner, which could be helpful. For example, some audit work we did for one large financial services company, meant they put several things right and later got a glowing report from the Information Commissioner. So if you see us first, it's more comfortable, really. So this is what some of the round tables look like. This was actually a rectangular table, but it's the office of the Spanish Commissioner for our round table in 2008. And that was our one this November. Will also be at the office of the the Privacy Commissioner in Madrid. So this was our picture of our round table in the UK. Here we have had a U-shaped table, as you can see, but double U, as it were. And John Bowman, who's from the Ministry of Justice, and David Smith will be along for our session on Wednesday. I should mention my wife, Meryl, who's in the front row, who's given a lot of support. Her same wife over 25 years. Name was on the... you saw her name at the top of the newsletter #1, and she plays more of a background role these days, but still very, very supportive. Thank you, Meryl. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next slide. And these are some of the policymakers and regulators. I don't know if they're actually all here now this minute, but if they are, could you sort of wave your arms or stand up? Got Professor Danilo Danida, who's certainly in Fitzwilliam College, because I saw him last night. Are you here, Professor Danida? Ah, yes, at the back. So if you want to talk about Brazil, right there, Professor Danida, thank you. Good, glad you could make it. And the speakers travelled the furthest to be with us today, so thank you. We've got Brent Homer from Canada's here, because I saw him last night. Yeah, any questions on Canada from the Federal Privacy Commissioner's Office? Brent Homan's here, and he'll be speaking later in the conference. The two people from the European Union are not, I know they're not here yet. Florence Reynal from the CNIL may be here. I know she's arriving today. Florence? No? Okay, and Isabelle Falque-Pierretin, the president of the CNIL, is definitely not coming till tomorrow. But Dr. Alexander Dix certainly is here, because I saw him, yes, right at the back. Could you, yes, wave your arm? Yes, thank you. That is Dr. Alexander Dix. He's the most experienced land commissioner in Germany. He's the land commissioner for the city of Berlin and the expert on every aspect of data protection. And he has a leading role in the the group Dusseldorf Kreis in international transfer issues, and his office issued some of the earliest binding corporate rules. We have from Poland, Dr. Wojciech Wieworowski. Yes, over there. Thank you. Taking a bow. In fact, as a balcony in the theatre, it'd be like, thank you. I'm glad you could join us. Thank you very much. And we had a great round table with you in Warsaw in March, and thank you very much for that, Dr. Wieworowski. At the United Kingdom, we have 3 people who are not yet here. The 2 deputies, David Smith and Graham Smith. You don't have to be Smith to be a deputy in the United Kingdom, but it helps. And they're coming along tomorrow, and then Geraldine Dursley, who will be along tomorrow as well. And John Bowman for the Ministry of Justice will be along on Wednesday. And we've got here a lawyer representing Denmark's Ministry of Justice. He's a Danish lawyer, Michael Hopp, who I have seen this morning, so he might be here somewhere. Are you here? Yes? So any questions on Denmark? He's a lawyer in Denmark, Michael Hopp from the Dresner law firm. Do speak to him. So, moving along. Yes. This is the conference for all of these groups, data protection authorities, companies, lawyers, and consultants. And undoubtedly, all sides benefit from this. We develop mutual understanding and respect, an opportunity for all of us to make the laws and regulations more workable. The people who wrote the laws don't have to actually work with them. We do. So we would like to help contribute to making the laws and rules more workable. We do have frank discussions. We are, in many ways, point 5, there's interdependent community, and we help develop that community over the time. Conflicts do occur, point 6, but these hurdles can often be overcome with goodwill on all sides. So here at the conference, we've got a diversity of skills and experience, which will help it all make all that work. So now, regarding identifying your hurdles, unlike the Olympics, the hurdles for us in privacy are all a bit different. Certainly, starting really securing support from top management is really the first thing to make sure it works. Jill Phillips from Chevron was talking last night about that. Was really gives her a strong foundation for her work at Chevron. Reputation management, privacy, even it's not just the law; it's also about the reputation of your organisation. Because if there's a mistake, data breaches can often be spread, not classical media and social media as well these days, and that's another hurdle. Cloud computing, we're having a session on that. Bring your own device, a mixture of your own Blackberries and things, and company gadgets and devices, and mixing all that, and how privacy is controlled through those systems is an issue there. Cookie compliance and conflicts of laws, transparency challenges. These are all things which we are handling and dealing with at this conference. Of course, the big sort of elephant we can call it, is the draft data protection, EU data protection regulation. This order, 1 to 5, and then the next slide, 5 to 10, is in order of importance as voted by the people who attended our UK roundtable in February. So the companies present thought explicit consent was the thing they were most worried about, most concerned, and going down. That was voting of about 60 people, but it just gives a flavour of the issues there, and down to 10. An appointment of a company data protection officer, Jürgen Hartung, who spoke last night at dinner. I don't know if he's still here, but he talked about the appointment of a data protection officer is something pioneered in Germany and now picked up by the EU for the new regulation. So every company has its own hurdles. These are just some examples of different kinds of hurdles in a company, and you've obviously got all yours as well. What do we do? Working out a strategy to overcome them. What is your particular privacy strategy? You've obviously got to think of what's most important, and getting your own position sorted out is good. There'll always be grey areas, but for sure, training is important. Staff training, it's not just the privacy manager, it's all the staff down the line who handle personal data. So we do training, other people do training, it's online training, many types of training, but that needs to be done. And of course, it's written into binding corporate rules.